I have with me Mr. Ram Gopal Varma, someone who quotes controversy, or should I say controversy is his second name, and his latest films is in fact Kammarajyamlo Kadapa Redlu, which talks about in Kammarajyam Kadapa's Reddys, which is actually a political action thriller, should I call it, from Andhra Pradesh. And as you can see the characters, they seem to be set in today's time and age.
Yeah. I would think it's not an action thriller, but a political comic thriller, you can say it that way. But not comedy doesn't mean it's like obviously spoofy. But there's a lot of satire and a lot of, I would say, tongue-in-cheek humor. Yeah.
And are you going to put a disclaimer saying that this is not based on real events? But from what we see in the thriller, the characters look, the casting is so, should I say, unnerving, because they look so much like the real people you intend them to be.
See, the beginning of the film is Super Comes. This film is based on events which happened between May 2019 and September 2020. And the film is releasing now. So which means it's part based on what happened and what's happening and what might happen in the future. So that itself will prepare you. There's like a pun in the whole thing, you know. So the point is, if a given set of characters, real people, given set of real situations occur, it's my imagination something like this also can happen. Yeah.
Where did you find this Chandrababu Naidu? This one, of course, is a well-known actor that we have seen playing CM in other films. That is the Tamil version and Rangam is the Telugu version. Where did you find the other actors? Such a star.
This person, I mean, he was like a waiter in a small hotel in Nasik, like where I found on the internet, and then we finally managed to source him out and got him to train in acting for quite a long time. So like us, most of the others, either they were actors or the people who were similar looking, and then we could train them. Yeah.
From what I see in the trailers, this doesn't seem to be very flattering to either Mr. Chandrababu Naidu or his son Lokesh. Just preceding this, you had made Lakshmi's NTR, which spoke about the sequence of events with Mr. Naidu and his father-in-law.
See, I would think, I have to describe this film, the only thing which can come to me is it's like a troll. It's like the height of trolling. So when you troll someone, I don't think you really mean it seriously. You're just having fun at someone's expense, right? I mean, that is what the world is any which way. There are thousands of trolls which happen on me also, or anybody is remotely popular, trolling occurs. So I don't think I have any kind of a viciousness, hatred towards any certain person or a group or a party or anything. I think it is just done in good fun, not beyond that at all.
And the sequence of events which happen, dialogues, all of that is a figment of your imagination. You're the scriptwriter.
Yes, of course, yeah. I mean, based in truth. But the point is, if I would have heard something like this, they said, you know, something like this had happened. So I'm using my imagination, how it could have happened. Yeah.
Lakshmi's NTR ran into some trouble, of course, that was preceding the elections. But right now, you have Mr. Paul, K. Paul, who also has a, should I say, a big character in the film. Raising objections.
Someone who looks like him, yeah, that's true. But yeah, his objection is basically, I mean, I'm not very sure because I haven't read his, complaint or whatever. I think it's amounting to defaming him. I think there's nothing to defame K. Paul. So I think he defamed himself more than anyone else in the world can ever do. So jokes apart, we'll deal with it when it comes. Yeah.
You do a lot of these kind of realistic films or based on, let's say, real people, events. Aren't you worried about defamation? In this case also you're attributing political leaders as indulging in violence and so on.
See, defamation is a very way, in a kind of a freedom of expression, you have to say something. All the time people defame someone or the other. When with this party will talk all kinds of bad things, other party, and anybody out there in the public domain all the time criticize and talk something bad. And the very reason freedom of expression you need is because you should have the right to offend. Otherwise, you don't need the freedom of expression.
But film and politics tend to be kind of not watertight compartments. They are flowing into each other, especially in Andhra Pradesh. And therefore, people tend to imagine that what is on film, on screen, is also real.
But I think people are not such fools, you know. I mean, I think, see, like I said, even news channels do that. News channels are supposed to be telling the news, real news. And if they also do so much of this drama-bazi, you know. So film, at least by the very definition itself, supposed to be drama, not to be taken seriously. So I think people know exactly what to be and what not to be. I think Kammarajyam is just a fun film, yeah.
So next you are planning a film on Mr. K. Chandrasekhar Rao and also on Shashikala.
Yes.
So on Shashikala is the work, have you already kind of grounded it? What fascinates you there?
Scripting is going on. I just always thought she was far more interesting than Jayalalitha character. And it's cinematically speaking, obviously, I mean, you know. And I think the drama is there in her rather than much more than Ms. Jayalalitha.
And in the case of Mr. KCR, what's your inspiration to do a film on him?
See, I find him like a very aggressive Gandhi in a way. You know, see, for example, when you see the British were there, and there was a villain called British, and Gandhi was inspired, and he got moved and he fought and got his freedom. So here I thought the Andhras were the British people where KCR is concerned. You know, so that is a plot I'm interested to see exactly what happened. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So November 29 is when this film releases, and I can tell you, people in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana at least can't wait to see what Mr. Ram Gopal Varma has to say in what promises to be a very interesting film. In Hyderabad with camera person Nagaraju, Sudhir, NDTV.